Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video I'm going to show you the Nintendo Switch XL. Well, my interpretation of it anyway. So, the idea of this is, obviously you can have your Switch in handheld mode and you can put it on the TV. But how about putting it on something a little bit bigger than handheld mode, but yet you don't want it as big as the TV, so you still want it portable? Well, this is what I've been mucking around with today. Now, I've had this idea for quite a while, but I wasn't able to do it because of the power supply needed for the dock. But now you can get portable docks that work off 5 volts. So I have now done a portable Switch. Now, this is a complete prototype here, so you have to bear with me. I know it looks a complete joke. I've just used things from around the house. So I've used an old kitchen TV here, and I've just connected up my own power supply. But if you were going to do this seriously, which I might well do, you can get a really nice monitors, 1080p monitors, for £300, which is a lot of money, but they're USB powered. So they're going to work off 5 volts, in which case then you can just get a power bank with 2 outlets on it, one to power the portable dock, which I've got tucked up here, and then the other one to power the actual monitor itself. But what I've done here is I've made my own battery pack because this TV takes 12 volts, and so I've just had to do a load of 1.5 volt batteries in series, and then the little Anchor power bank here is feeding this little dock here, and then the dock is plugged into the Switch. And the good thing about this is not only have you got a 15.5-inch screen, it's also 1080p as well. So if I was to get the remote control, obviously you don't have to use the remote control because I've got buttons at the side, but you can see there 1080p at 60 Hz, so 60 frames per second. And this is where, for example, you can adjust the volume and everything at the side. And when it comes to the Joy-Cons, all I've done is I've just taken the rail out of the little Joy-Con grip, so the little metal rail in there, and then I've just screwed and glued it into the side there. So you can still remove your Joy-Cons and you can still play it in tabletop mode if you so wish, like so. Yeah. Right, okay. Now, at the moment, all I've done is just stuck everything with Velcro onto the back. So if I did want to remove my Switch or the Anchor power bank, it's just all on Velcro bits. But if I was to do it properly, what I would do is I would actually get, you know, you get the plastic hard cases that fit over the Nintendo Switch and it clips into it. Well, what I would do is I would just glue one of them to the back here. So what I think I might do is, depending on how well this video goes, I might actually do a proper one. But the thing is, I've got to invest £300 on the USB powered monitor. But I think £300 on that, get a decent power bank for around £30, and then a case, you know, for £10 or so. So it's not cheap, but this is just a sort of proof of concept. And believe it or not, this one is really heavy. The other monitors you get are only 700 or 800 grams, so by the time you put the Nintendo Switch and everything on it, it's still probably going to come in at around probably 1.5 kilos, which is pretty light. This one at the moment I think is about 2.5 kilos, so it's kind of heavy. But what you would do is you would just play it on your lap and then you would hold it like this. Right, so let me just show you around the back of it and then I'm going to show you some games working on it. So what we have is my little battery pack here, just going straight into the power supply for the TV. And then I've got the Anchor power bank here, which is feeding this little dock here. Let me pull this dock out. Here we go. And it's this one here. I think in America they're called Fast Snail, but it's a different seller in the UK. But if you were just to put in Fast Snail, then you will see they come up, I think it's about £28. And even the seller says it will work on 5 volts, which is pretty amazing because the Nintendo Switch one needs the 15 volts into the dock before you can get a picture out. And I've tried the S-Fans one off this and that doesn't work via this little Anchor power bank here, but yet this one does. So I didn't think it would work, but I'm pleasantly surprised. So basically that's feeding that there, and then I've got the HDMI coming out of that just straight into the TV. And obviously when I plug this into here, the picture will disappear from here and then it will come onto the TV. There we go. Right, let me show you some games. Right, so FIFA 18.
Victor Wanyama. Lost possession here. Lacazette. Opportunity now.
As you can see, it looks really nice, the colours and everything looks good, and the great thing is the fact that it's 1080p.
Mesut Ozil, Ramsey. Played it well.
Right, let's move on to another game. Right, so a bit of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is the very beginning of it. Okay, so you can see now, looks good. Right, now we're going to do a bit of Mario Kart, and I'm going to do 4-player, because now when you put this in tabletop mode and you've got a quarter of the screen each, it's really a lot easier to see when you have a bigger size screen like this. So here we have Mario Kart, and we've got the 4-player setup here. So if you can have a look, this is the top left one. So there you go. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, whether you think it's a good idea or a complete and utter waste of time. Obviously there's nothing wrong with a Nintendo Switch as it is, but this is just like an in-between thing for when you don't want to play on the TV, but yet you want it slightly bigger than what the Switch can provide at the moment. So bearing in mind this is just a prototype, so if you were to do it properly it would look much better than this if you had the proper equipment. This is just something I've knocked together in one day, but I kind of like it. So add to the comments what you think about it. Remember as well, battery life as well. If you go for a power bank that has a lot of capacity in it, then you'll be able to play your Switch for much longer via this method than you would on the Switch itself. So of course it's not as portable, but I think it could possibly have its uses. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe for more how-to videos. Take care, bye now.